Well, hello again, and welcome to the Mad Mel Art Show, or like I like to call it, Art with Mad Mel. Welcome to the Asylum again. I hope you are ready for something different, right, from last time. Well, I was working on the line work, basically, for the Nightcrawler battle damage picture I'm doing, so we're going to go back to that, and as usual, chat's open. I'll throw some music on, and you can talk, do whatever, as usual. So let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? All right, so last time we were here on Tuesday, I started doing the line work here. As you can see, there's a whole fight that's happening here with the Genosian army. Kind of inspired from one of the comic books. I think it was like in the 90s. I can't remember exactly which comic book. But the end result is going to be basically him here, fully damaged, kind of just, in his stance. I want to freehand that part. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. And yeah, let's get started here. I want to turn some music on. So hopefully it doesn't get too loud. Right. There we go. Alright. So I'm going to go on ahead and finish start the picture of him down here, so I already have that taken care of and out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it later. So what I'm looking for here is I want his head here. I'm not going to do any, hey, how you doing, Dimitri? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. I'm not going to worry about doing all the balls and all of that. I'm just going to go straight for it. I want it to feel real rugged. There we go. Now I'm holding his side. Right there. There we go. Let's see. You're alive, yes sir. Right now, different. Yeah. Did you get revamped? What did I get revamped? Oh, I'm just changing the placement. Changing the placement of how I had him earlier. I wanted it to be a little bit different. I wasn't very pleased with the pose I had before. It wasn't really emphasizing, nor is this. I wanted it to be a little bit more, kind of like Cyclops. I kind of wanted to be on that same end. So we'll do it this way. There we go. I have him kind of in this angle right here, right? He's got one knee there. Right. And then we'll drop this one here. There we are. Cool. Yeah, the music's not too bad tonight. I didn't know what I wanted to play tonight, so I just threw the Mega Mix on. Didn't have time to look up anything new. So I figure the Mega Mix has got enough variety, so it should be okay. I'll change this. mean, of course he beat everybody in this fight, but I wanted to show his exhaustion. That's the whole thing, is like just showing exactly like too tired to even teleport, right? You know, you can't even do that. There we go. That's better. Let's go. So, anybody find anything interesting today or learn something new? Something maddening? Doesn't matter. Like how crazy, like, say for example, horses have extra lungs in their legs. I don't care. What do you got? The wilder the better. Embrace your madness. Plus it's fun. The sillier the better. There we go. Yeah, Nightcrawler's having a rough time. Rough time. Alright, and I need to lean him up. This chair is so squeaky, man. One day. Legs are a little bit too big, so we'll fix that. There we go. I got a better stance for them. This will be better. I think this one will be better. Let's see. Is this still? Yeah, fantastic. Got the time lapse running, so in case of, you know, some of the mad ones, that's for those of you that may be new or just watching, that's what the people who join, that's what I call them, the mad ones. So yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot better. Right there. Alright. The Duchess and myself actually learned a little bit today from our gardening class. That was fun. That was a fun experience. I got to learn about invasive species of flowers that we can use here at the facility. I mean, you know, to be aware of, you know, when you're planting flowers or setting, you know, Venus traps in the backyard. No, you don't want to do that. There we go. But no, it was interesting. We got to learn a lot about that. It's always cool trying to do something new, right? Doing new things is it's nice to do, you know, if you have the time to. Alright, we're getting rid of this arm. I think this makes more sense. I don't want him just sitting down. We're going to have him just limping away. But all the rest of these dudes are done. he pretty much smashed them all to bits. I like to go off of that whole premise of Nightcrawler always talking about he doesn't want to do violence, but he ends up kind of like Wolverine. I think that's why they had that interesting little camaraderie, you know, every time they run into each other, which is not often, I don't think, unless there's someone who's a Nightcrawler scholar. I don't know. There we go. Now just thin his arm up a little bit, right? I always say digital work is a little bit more forgiving than doing pencil and pen. You kind of just have to be on it, you know, for that. But that doesn't mean that it has to be intimidating. It's just the ease of being able to just like erase and come back. Alright, now I gotta do the... There we go. There it is. And then we go here like that, bam. Yep. There we go. Okay, good. So now I got the shape of all this stuff. And, okay. And now the boots. Wait, whoops. I gotta change that. There we go. Who is he? He's Nightcrawler. He is a, I guess you would call him a mutant. Him and his father, Azazel, both have the ability to teleport. But how they teleport is literally they jump from our dimension into like a hell realm, and then wherever that they were looking at. So it's like being able to just go from here, and you think I want to go over to, I don't know, wherever, just pick a place, and then you know what it looks like, and then how you get there is you jump from there, run across, and then jump through a teleport in hell, and then pop out on the other end. That's how that happens, but it happens extremely fast. So yeah, that's how, in a nutshell, layman's terms, how Nightcrawler kind of works. Also, he's a gymnast, so he's very acrobatic. So and I think he's also a priest or a monk or something in that order. So yeah, very interesting character. There we go. Now to tear his outfit apart. There we go. Now I gotta draw all the dudes being knocked out. Hey, Obarak, good to see you. Been a while. I hope you've been enjoying the shorts I've been throwing up. You know, I've been throwing those up for some of the mad ones who aren't able to make it all the time. But I hope that you guys have been enjoying those. I got some more in the works that like this one right here. Of course, I'm always going to just show the ones I've been working on, but I want to try to see if there's a way I can get by with this. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Let's see here. All right, well, that man's toast. There we go. There we go. Alright. Hey, Asmodeus, good to see you. Yeah, Nightcrawler. This is what we got so far. Right. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this picture. Yeah, so the motion of this is him coming out of there. It's all moving from the left. So it comes out here all the way across. Teleport comes down. And then he hits this guy and then puffs out and then slams, and then they're all broken up down here on the ground. Yeah. So, you know, Nightcrawler's fast, and he can, as long as he's got momentum built up, he can really do some damage. You know, just if you let his momentum slow down, I don't know. Maybe he might get slower. I don't know. I doubt it, but you know, he has to breathe like, you know, other people, so it's not like he can, oh, I'm just gonna run forever, you know. So, but yeah, this is I like this. I like how he looks here. Yeah, his face is all messed up too. He got kind of beat up. Is the thing battle damaged? Yeah, all X-Men battle damage. I want them to beat up. I want their clothes torn. I want them bloody. I want them looking rough. I myself have always wanted to just see that, so I'm going to emphasize that Will we see battle damage Wolverine? Yeah, you'll see the battle damage like antimantium damage. Yeah, that's what I want. I want his bones to be damaged. I want something to dent his bones. I know, it's like, but technically it can't. Well, who said that I can't draw it? So, I want to see what that looks like his arm is like bent or something. I'm thinking, not leaning on Dr. Doom, but there are people who could hurt Wolverine. Think of Magneto. If Magneto really put some effort into it and just said, you know what, I'm tired of this metal claw man, and hit him with something, and you hear him screaming, and then it's all, I got him. I'm also going to do a battle damage Colossus too. That was the one I was going to do after this. Are you doing X-Force first? No, I'm not. Now what I'm trying to do is figure out what to do with the bodies back here. I'm trying to figure out how I can do an optical illusion with this without having to put a lot there. So, alright, I know what I'm going to do. What we're going to do is erase all of this back here. I'm going to just take... I need a circumference of that much space, so I'm going to need to take this out, this out, this. Well, no, not that. I can probably leave that man there. I need to take all of that wall because I got to put some bodies over there. I got to put a couple of bodies here, and then some beat up bodies here. Kind of going with that whole theme. Beat up dudes, so they're all over the place. There we go. So now I can just they don't have to make sense, it just has to look jointed and together because they have armor. So the further away, you don't have to really do too much, right? You can just kind of make it make sense. Your brain's going to put the rest of the stuff together, right? So don't worry too much about that. This man bit the dust and went straight into the wall head first. He's toast. Oh, he dropped his gun. Shouldn't have done that. There we are. No. And I'm going to save the best for last. I know some of you might be like, what do you mean the best for last? I mean, I'm going to do a little bit of battle damage like Rogue, Storm, Jean. But how I draw females, right? So, you got that. There'll be some more Sentinels. I got a couple of people I want to put in here for like characters for this. So it's going to be a little bit. I don't know how many I'm going to do, but I want to just do as many as I, at least get the team. I mean, and I always looked at it as being there's a team A and a team B for the X-Men. Like there's a primary group of people, kind of like any RPG or any game that you play. You got your primary group, and then there's like B team. First time I ever drawn somebody like in a hole, right? Like concaved into the ground. That was what I was trying to emphasize here. I hope I get the point across here because this is different. Never done this angle before, but I think I've kind of got the idea, right? Like, you got slammed into the ground, you know, the ground's kind of a mess because of the impact, you know. That kind of makes sense, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to show what's back here behind them, so that way it makes a little bit more sense. And then we can do something with this absent space too, you know, kind of like, oh, it's an archway, you know, and then maybe over here was something else because we didn't see what was behind him, because he was just fight for your life mode. So there we go, we got that. All right. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. That's got that real. All right, man. Need some water. Let me give me a sip here. You know what else I want? A piece of candy. What's some candy? Hold on. Sometimes I take candy from the patients just because, you know, they shouldn't have it, right? Not like all the time, but sometimes, you know, they get too hyper. Sometimes I like gummy bears. Unloaded gummy bears. You know, someone might be like, oh, I see what the trick is. Damn it. And they almost fell out of my hand. So I caught them. All right. Yeah, because remember that guy got hit with that blaster, right? Up here. I'm proud of him getting out of here. Alright, so that's all line work. Now we're on to layer number 2. And you know what we're going to do here? I'm just going to make that a little translucent, so now we can darken it up and actually get some real detail in here. Because no, that wasn't all the detail. I know it's weird, isn't it? Like, that has so much detail to it, but there's going to be just a little bit more added to this, right? There we go. We're going to do about 6. I'm going to just go up here and get this real sharp looking. Not as sharp as I can. There we go. Yeah, I'm not feeling this. This one, not all the time. What we got next? That'll work. There we go. Okay. Alright, that looks good. That looks good so far. Alright. No. Alright, let's zoom in, I guess. Let's see. I've been enjoying the shorts. Did you make a video wrapping up all of the art 25? Thank you for something somewhere. Not for 25, no, because there's a folder that's missing, and I have a main drive that has all the work in there, but there's 2 folders that are named the same, and I haven't had the time to go through them. I think it's probably in there. But no, I haven't. But I should. I might do something with that again. That's a good idea to bring that up. That's something I didn't even think of. But that would be neat, just to go back through 25 and pick up, see what pictures, the work it did. But oh yeah, it's this April will be a big celebration, so that's going to be cool. I think it'll be April, I can't remember per se. I think it might be like April 14th or something like that. I have to double check, but that will be 5 years I've been on YouTube streaming art, or just having Mad Metal illustrations on YouTube. I've changed like what I've done a couple of times, but as for the channel's been up for that long. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Coming up on something like that, so that's really cool. I really didn't expect to. I didn't know what to expect, really. So, but to be able to go this long, I mean, that's really cool. That man's having a bad time. Like I said last time, that guy is just, every time I look at this man right here, he's just, everything bad is going on for that man. My Special Forces career, no, that's gone. Whatever you thought you were going to be doing, he snatched you by the face. It's over with. That man's whole career is gone. His whole situation's gone. We're gonna fix that. Just like I'm gonna fix this song. Nah, I'm gonna skip this one too, because why not? There we go. This one's a little bit better. It's not gonna be so much ear assault. Probably need to eat some regular food and stuff. These gummies. I like gummy bears. I realized there was a lot of proportion situations going on. Like, for example, he did not hyperextend his leg out of his socket to kick that man. Nobody else saw that but me, but that bothered me, so I changed it. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to turn the whole damn page. There we go. There we go. Yeah. You know, there it is. You know, they just grab you real quick. This whole thing with 2 feet in everybody's face is amazing. And that's what I'm going to do right here. It kicks him into the blast. Yep. Yep, that's how we're going to do that. We're going to fix that with... Better yet, we're going to do one even better. To take this here, rotate that around to here, so when I put the knees, which is even more nastier than that, just swinging your whole body around after grabbing someone by the chin to connect both feet across someone's body. Yeah, that's disrespectful. That's what Nightcrawler's doing over here. Disrespecting these bums. Yep, he's done. This guy got plastered in the face. Okay. Let's see. Bam, he's toast. Yep, there it is. Honey, I have to draw this. Oh man. So that looks pretty good. I like how that's looking. Trying to think, is there maybe So much focus. A little bit. It's the small lines that are the pesky problems. Actually, sometimes the smaller lines are easier to deal with. Like, as you can see on this, there's a lot going on this picture, right? Like, all of this is happening. And this is just line work. I still got to color it. Still got to shade it. Still got to put all the detail work. Still got to put all the masking. So, yeah, it's a good start. And then I got to put, like, you know, the background and all that stuff. So, each one's going to get a little bit more intense. Because why not? Right? Why not? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. And whoever and however many are still with us, thank you for being here as well. All right. Here we go. Yeah, I want the momentum to show like his hair moving with that flip. Like he had to arc his whole body like backwards and flip. So nope.
Let's go.
There. Ah. No. Why the hell that? Oh. Shouldn't have done that part. Dang. Wait. Yeah. There we go. Ugh, man. Ooh. There. Man, nice pop of the shoulder. Cool. I guess I don't have the speed lines anymore. Oh well, I didn't make them. That's fine. Okay. That's literally all I need. Alright. Cool. Yeah, this looks good. Alright, I'm not even gonna lie. There is a lot going on in this picture. There is a lot more than what I was thinking, but I wanted it to be very action packed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. Being Keith said that this looks good. I like it. It does. And this part here down here, this is gonna be the last part I want to work on tonight. I want this part. This is the part that's important. This is what I want to really reflect the whole picture. So I want to work on this real quick. I want to bring that down. There we go. This is probably where I'll put more of the detail in it. There we go. Let's zoom in, shall we? So you guys can get a better look. Right. Man. All right. What do you think? 9:30 good? Yeah, I think 9:30 is going to be good tonight. I usually go until 10, but I don't know. Tonight I think this will be good right here. Did a lot in a short time frame. Plus, a lot of this is a lot more detail work, and I'm not gonna lie, today's been a busy day. So sometimes I can do a shorter stream. Why not? I might do that on Thursdays. Just go until 9:30. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna stop this here. There we go. And I'm going to, yeah, I'm going to go on ahead and pull this back up to, there we go. Now you can see what we're looking at here in full display. So there have been some changes, but it looks good for the most part, and especially for when we color it, add all the extra detail, it's going to look really awesome. So, like usual, going on ahead and saving this. There we go. All right. Ta-da! We're back. This chair squeaks so much. Anyways, thank you all for being the best part of the show. I greatly appreciate you being here and spending some time, some madness, and being here enjoying what I'm creating. So, yeah. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 8 p.m. Central Time, so that's normally when I'm here. Sundays, I paint, or I do other types of hand-drawn art. I like to keep that skill finessed and going. So I will probably finish this in a time lapse, more than likely. So Tuesday, we can go on ahead and start a new picture. So as for tonight, I want to be done with this, but like I said, hopefully by Tuesday, should have the new time lapse probably between now and then we can go and start working on the other character. I don't know which one I'm going to do yet, but oh, I forgot I have my blanket behind me. Yeah, sometimes it gets cold, so I like to have a blanket or whatnot. So yeah, and trying to think, was there anything? Oh yeah, motivational word of the day. Sometimes it's not about the destination, but it's the journey. Enjoy life for what it is, and sometimes don't sweat so much about tomorrow. Be present in the moment. That's what I'm trying to do. Be present in the moment. Enjoy the moment. Don't always dwell on what tomorrow's going to be or what's going on. Just be attentive to what you got right now. Be attentive to the people and the things that are going on in your life right this minute. If you can appreciate these, then when you get further down the road, you'll be able to appreciate better things instead of, man, I ran through it and now I'm at the end of the journey. I don't know. Maybe it seems like it's something that'd be beneficial. Maybe not. I don't know. Madness has a weird way of working sometimes. Anyways, I'm out of here. Stay mad. Embrace the madness. Hit the subscribe button. Share this with someone. I'll see you soon. See you Sunday. Bye.